Hello. It might look like I'm posing, but I'm not, I swear. I was actually just stretching. I have some really exciting news that I have to share with you. Okay, it's going to require a little bit of a backstory, so here it is. When I was in LA, I did a phone interview with this guy on a Toronto radio station. It's a gay radio station, so they had contacted me about doing an interview with Eddie Stone. And so I was like, of course. So I did a radio interview I was in LA with Toronto. And then so when I moved back to Toronto, like 2 years ago, growing up, people said, "Oh, you've got a nice voice. You should, try radio and stuff." So I stopped by the radio station, and plus they already knew me, right? Because they had done an interview with me. So I went to the radio station and I met the guy who I did the interview with because he was there, and I started interning for him, and we became close, and then we became lovers, and now we live together. And his name is Sean Peru. He was the afternoon drive host on Proud FM, and I interned for him, and so on and so forth. That's how I started working there, and I was the morning show host there for a little while. And so, anyway, the point of the story is, so we met, and we started, dating, and now we live together. This is our home. This is, anyway, that's some of it, anyway. So one day we were sitting on the couch, which is right there, and I don't know what came over me, but I turned to him and I said, "Sean, will you marry me?" Ta-da! So he said yes, and without hesitating, which was nice. And so we have been engaged for like over a year. So it's been a while. And some people ask, do you guys have any plans for like a wedding? Is this like the eternal engagement? Like, what's going on with you guys? So we've always been like, whatever. It'll happen when it happens. I mean, we'll just let the pieces lie where they may. Is that the right expression? We'll just let it. We'll play it by ear. We'll just let it unfold as it's going to, right? So we just did that. We just let it be, and we've just been engaged for this time, and really happy with that. And so last weekend we were out for dinner with a good friend of ours, and she's a photographer. And so we were talking to her, and she said, "Well, when am I going to photograph your wedding?" And we were like, "Well, we don't really have a date set or anything yet, but we'll let you know." And she's like, "I really think you should set a date." And we had had a few martinis, so we were kind of buzzed and stuff, and suddenly it was a good idea. So let's choose a date. So we pulled out our iPhones and we were checking the calendars and stuff. And Sean is, let's just say it, he's going to be the bridezilla when it comes to the wedding. So I knew it was more important for him to choose a season because I knew that he would have something in mind, which he did. And it was late summer, so we were thinking even September. So we started looking at the calendars and stuff. Obviously, this September is too soon because it's already August 27th today. Not this September, but next September, which is fine. We've already been engaged for a long time. We know this is for the long run, so that's fine. And so we were looking at, and then so I said, "What about 9/11?" No, that would always have an association, wouldn't it? So that didn't work. So, but we did want it after Labor Day weekend because a lot of people would be on vacation and doing stuff. We wanted it after Labor Day, but not too late in September because we live in Canada, so we want to have it outside. Not that it snows here in September, but it could be cool, and you jacket and stuff like that's not fun. So we thought, well, what's the weekend after Labor Day? And it was the 10th, 11th, and I said 11th, no. So what about the 10th? And the 10th is Saturday. So that seemed like a good idea. because people wouldn't have to go to work the next day. So then we said, oh, September 10th, 9/10. Ha 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 ha. 9, 10, 11. Because it'll be 2011. So it's the 9th month, the 10th day, 2011. 9, 10, 11, ladies and gentlemen, is the date that this porn star is going to be married. I'm going to be a taken man, ball and chain. And so we've been talking about the wedding and what details, like we were talking about where do we want it and stuff like that. And Toronto Island is what we're thinking about. There's an island. There's just a ferry ride away. Why am I pointing? Like you can see, see the island over there. There's an island just off over here, and you take a ferry and you go to the island. It's really pretty, and there's this beautiful little restaurant, and it's surrounded by trees, and there's the beach and whatever. So we were thinking that would be a nice place. And I was thinking that Sean would be really the one, like I said, the bridezilla, in that he would want to choose the food and, the theme and, decorations, entertainment, I don't know, whatever. So, because already he had mentioned to me that he was going to have like 5 bridesmaids. And I said, Sean, you're a man, right? If you want to call them bridesmaids, you can, but 3 of them are boys. So anyway, he has 5 of those. I'm just going to have my brother for me. I'm a traditionalist. And speaking of which, I never thought I would get married. I always, in my head, I was like, well, that's a heterosexual thing. That's what the straights do. Not only that, plus it's a religious thing. Oftentimes it's a religious thing, right? So it's got a lot tied up with it. And just not interested. Or I wasn't until I met Sean. Oh, God, I'm one of those guys. Yep. I don't know what it is. Part of it is because I can. In Canada, we can get married. So, and there's lots of things. I don't even know what they are yet, but I'll find out. There's like tax breaks and God forbid, knock on wood, one of us kicks the bucket. The other one has benefits and life insurance and whatever. So whatever. There's all those benefits and I just never thought I would, but I guess when you meet the right person, you just know. But back to the bridezilla thing. So I thought he would be the bridezilla, right? Wow. So since we've chosen the date 9, 10, 11, we've been talking more about the wedding and what's going to happen for it and stuff. And turns out I'm the bridezilla in the sense that Sean's like, well, what about purple? Everybody's in purple, and I'm like black and white. Everybody in black and white. The women. Black and white, men, black and white. You can wear black or white or black and white. But I know. I said, well, what about purple orchids? So now I'm like really defining in detail what I want to have done and stuff. I need to back off. Marriage brings out ugly qualities in people. It does. It really does. And I've seen enough movies, because we all know that Hollywood movies are real life, right? I've seen enough movies that I know that weddings are a lot of pressure and stress and planning. And then who do I invite? I invite this person. That means I have to invite this other person. That means I have to invite this person. Why don't you all just come? That would be fun. That'd be cool if we could just broadcast it. That would be fun. Anyway, I'm getting married, and I just wanted to share the good news with you. Ta-da. Well, we're going to get real rings with diamonds and stuff, because Sean wants this big ass obnoxious stone. I'm like, you're a man, right? He wants a big princess cut diamond. I'm like, I just want a band with some diamonds along, I'm fairly simple compared to him. Anyway, that's it. We're getting married, and 9, 10, 11 is the date, and I'm sure I'll have lots of news to share with you as the date gets closer. So thanks for listening. All right, see you later.